What's taking you so long?
Oh, the other device was off. Alright, I'm getting on.
Okay.
Okay.
Quick question to everybody. Why is the other device always off?
I heard that. There's no good reason. Once, maybe. Okay, I get it, but...
I'm leaving that on the front of the show. Just to let everybody know. We're going to be listening. And that's going to be my question. And then it's going to go, you're listening to the Good Stuff Podcast.
Nice.
Why? Quick question, everybody. Why is the device always off? You're listening to Good Stuff Podcast with CK Helms, Ryan.
Make a poll.
The last time we made a poll, I don't think Ryan liked the results.
Yeah.
Whenever we did the poll of the is the Watchmen a sequel or a reboot?
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to the Good Stuff Podcast with CK Helms, Zach Bandit, Ryan Mullins, and Jeremiah Elliott.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 33 of the Good Stuff Podcast, brought to you by Blind Bandit Productions. Each and every episode is brought to you by Blind Bandit Productions. Find more about us at blindbanditproductions.com. I am CK Helms.
I'm Zach Bandit.
I'm Ryan Mullins.
And I'm Jeremiah Elliott.
All
I was like counting. I was like, come on. There you are.
I always forget that I'm 3.
You're 3. You're always going to be 3. Just remember, you're 3rd because we saved the best for last and we saved the worst for 3rd. I don't know.
I needed that compliment. I had a rough day.
It's all good. It's all good. Guys, anyway, this is a special episode because we're actually recording this. This episode's being put out August 8th. We're recording this ahead of time because it's Jeremiah off week normally. Ooh, just weird. Jeremiah's going to be here on an off week. And I am actually, at the time of you're listening to this, I am at Disney World. So we're recording ahead of time. And since we don't have current news based on the week, we're doing something different. And we got a list of premieres and other things happen on shows that come out on streaming services this summer in the months of June and July, and we watched the premieres, and we're going to tell you our thoughts about them and stuff like that, and whether we think that it's a good show to invest in and stuff like that. And that's basically what this episode's going to be about. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to start the show off with a little something. Since it's August, and next month is a pretty big event coming up. It's September the 20th, I believe.
Yes.
September 20th, a big event's coming up because we're storming Area 51. Everybody,
Woo!
yeah, it's gonna be a big deal. It's we're taking over. We're gonna learn all the secrets they're trying to hide from us. We're gonna find them aliens, and so
clap them cheeks.
Yeah, right on, brother. Just, whatever you say, I'm just gonna go with. So what we're gonna do here is that hopefully everybody made some battle plans and get ready for Area 51 because I mean we need a game plan here, and we want you to get these battle plans and use them to storm Area 51 for us. So we're going to give you some tips here, and so I'm gonna kick this off with Zach here, if that's cool with Zach. Zach, you ready? You ready, man?
I'm ready.
Zach, tell us
I don't
your
know.
plans.
It's not really tips. It's just like a whole battle.
That's
sequence.
perfect. That's even
All right,
better.
so, shut up. Day has come to present my battle plan. Quit slouching, Ryan. Over 3 million people going. That's bigger than China's whole army. If you don't think we can take Area 51 and clap these cheeks, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, Maggots, listen up. Okay, first we circle the whole perimeter with Naruto runners. They think they can dodge bullets, so we use them as fodder. Next, the Kyles. Monster increases their strength and stamina. Slim Jims increase their intellect and speed. It's a shame that Area 51 isn't made out of drywall, or the Kyles are all we would need. Several miles out, the Chads will be commanding the Kyles. The Chads are the ultimate douche, so I figured they could lead the Kyles. Once we break their gates, after the Naruto runners have fallen and the Kyles have dwindled, we send in our influencers, the Instagram influencers. They'll want to take selfies with some of the guards, distracting them while Sasha Grey leads the porn stars to fuck the guards into submission. But unfortunately, the influencers and porn stars will get wiped out by special alien tech. We didn't plan for this. What do? We cry out. What do we do? But that's when, in the clouds, what's that? That's Keanu Reeves, riding Falcor from the Never-Ending Story. Yes! Falcor drops rainbow shits, bombs, and kills the rest of the guards. We breach the inside of Area 51. Time to clap some alien cheeks, but we don't clap the alien cheeks. The aliens clap us. After we free the aliens, they make us their sex slaves. We get anally probed for the rest of our lives and gargle special alien juice. We free the aliens. But at what cost, my friends? What cost?
Are you done?
Done, my friends. I'm done.
I'm about to have a heart attack from Jeremiah's side of that. I'm literally trying to hold it in, but God bless America. I don't know if I've ever told you this, Jeremiah, but you're a national treasure.
Don't say that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm here to steal Jeremiah. I'm Nick Cage. Son of a bitch!
Anyway.
What the fuck happened?
Am I like the only one who didn't smoke weed before we recorded today?
That is really weird because that is like totally off ball. I don't know what just happened. We lost Jeremiah. Ryan, how are you, man?
What the fuck is going on?
Our Area 51 battle plans. Did
Guys.
you read?
I was expecting people to fucking clap. Clap!
I will clap yours because that I almost feel like you deserve some type of Oscar for that.
I don't
Like
know.
I was just like there. I don't know if it was the sound effects that made me like just be in that story. I don't know what it was, but maybe it was
I'd give
just.
him one of my Academy Awards if I had enough to spare. I'm Nick Cage.
It's so cool that we got Nick Cage on this podcast. There's 2 Nicks now.
Thank
That's
you.
so cool. Like that's crazy. Oh my God! This is just great. But yeah, as I was saying, Zach, that was fantastic battle plan for storming Area 51. I knew that it was fantastic because you were more than just one tone while speaking. So I could tell the excitement as you got into it. So I was just like, God, I was enthralled. Maybe it was the way that you presented it. I don't know.
It was very well done.
It
I'm
was.
back, by the way. I
Oh,
killed.
cool.
Yeah,
You killed, yeah? You killed,
killed-
yeah?
I killed Nick Cage.
Oh, okay. Man, that felt good having another Nick. Oh, whatever. It's okay. Whatever. Maybe
Oh,
Nick Nolte will stop by one day.
I'd have to watch a few of his things to work on.
I said one day. I didn't say today.
I liked your plan. It's sound. It's got logic and reason, and I think it could work, man.
It had none of those things.
What are you
Ryan,
talking about?
Point out one plot hole in that whole plan.
one, because for one, I want to see you follow it. That's what I want to see.
Okay, first of all, you just said you were gonna send the Kyles in. Like, to what? And the Chads are following?
The Chad's a
Chad's
direct
leading
Kyles. Did you
And
listen?
you said if Area 51 was made of drywall, the Kyles would win, but
We were-
Okay. I see what's
Not.
happening. Ryan
Well-
doesn't know memes. He's behind the times.
Oh, I see.
oh, I know memes.
You
I'm
know
just-
memes?
I was
I know.
bring some logic to it, and there was no actual logic.
I thought it
I mean,
was
if-
beautiful. I'd
Oh,
watch
I mean,
that
if you
movie.
wanna get
All right,
logic, go ahead.
Let's hear Ryan's plan next.
Yeah, Ryan, let's go ahead.
Sure, I let everybody else try and charge in, and then whenever the dust settles, I sneak in and clap some alien ass.
You have had 3 goddamn weeks to work on this plan.
I wrote this plan I presented to you. I wrote that in 5 minutes. I wrote that in
Yeah.
5 minutes.
And that's why you don't write any scripts anymore, Ryan. Right here. This is why. This is
I
why
mean,
we're letting
what-
Zach write everything.
Once y'all are done doing all the fighting, I can go in after and get what I need.
Did you not hear what Keanu's writing on? We don't need you, Ryan.
He's riding
Falcor-
fucking Falcor and
Falcor
driving
let me laugh.
fucking rainbow shits. All right.
See?
They've already got ground to air missile set up. So Falcor and Keanu died 5 minutes into the fight.
See, this is what happens. You always underestimate Keanu.
And when Falcor drops his rainbow shits, the missiles automatically target those.
Because they're hotter than them. They're heat seekers, obviously. Because
And-
Keanu is hot shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom,
I mean-
nailed it.
I'm pretty
Right,
sure if I
right,
shared this idea with Keanu Reeves would be pissed.
Keanu Reeves doesn't get pissed.
Pissed with your idea? Probably, because Zach's is much better. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into this one. I think I've got it worked out pretty well. I'm sitting here looking at the aerial map right now. There's some things that people aren't understanding, and that there's a lot of desert between the no-go zone and the actual base. So that's where the furries are going to come into play for starters. They're going to get snake suits, okay, like sneaky little snakes, all across the desert towards the base. The guards are going to look and they're going to say, "What's that? On the horizon. What's coming towards us?" And they say, "Oh, it's just snakes." And they say, "Oh, why's it got to be snakes?" Of course, because everyone loves that reference. But what they don't know is that inside those snake suits are a bunch of horny homosexuals. And they're on their way to clap the cheeks. That's diversion number 1. Diversion number 2, motherfucking ghost army. And by that, I mean this is where the weeaboos come into play. We've got Hello Kitty painted up weather balloons that are coming in hot through the skies. So all their ground-to-air defense systems launch at the weather balloons, and they bust them and blow them up. And then what's inside the weather balloons that rains down upon the guards without them knowing it? Hentai body pillows. They're so confused. They say, "What is this? I'm aroused and comfortable at the same time. Why is this falling from the sky?" While they're looking up at the sky, the snake furries have made it to the base. They've taken off their costumes. Now they're backwards crab walking with their buttholes up in the air, because if you've seen the scene from MacGruber, the only distraction that works is a stalk of celery up the butthole. So they're working like that. So now when they say, "Where'd the snakes go? What is that coming towards us?" Every time they look from the hentai pillows to the furries in the field, they stop moving, because then they say they're all pasty. They wear those suits. They don't get enough sun. They're as pale as the sand that they crawl upon. So they look out and say, "Oh, that's just our garden." They think the celery is their garden. So then they go back to trying to figure out what these sexy pillows are. And every time they look at the pillows, the garden inches closer. The whole time this is going off, all the guards' phones start ringing. They answer. They say, "Who is it? Why is my mom calling me?" And they answer, it's not their mom. It's the Kyles. They've seduced all the guards' mothers by punching holes in drywall to show their strength, by slamming monster cans to show their endurance. And they're just plowing the guards' moms in their homes, and they call them and say, "Listen to your mom get banged by me. I'm Kyle." And the whole time the Kyles are doing that, the Chads are filming it and live streaming it. Now they're getting notifications from their grandma. Why am I watching my daughter get plowed by some guy with a Monster t-shirt on? Because that's all they wear. They got their Monster tank tops, their wieners are out, and they're banging the guards' moms. There's so much confusion going on and distraction. And that's when we come in with the Naruto runners. We send them first because they can run so fast. Everyone knows Naruto running is the fastest way to run. They're kicking up clouds of dust and creating a natural smoke screen. The bullets start flying blind while we sneak the opposite way. And what do? We come in with the garden furries. That's right, you forgot about them. Garden's grown, motherfucker. We're up. We're in the base. Now we got to get through the doors, and that's where the influencers come in. They post a live feed. They say, I've got this key code, and I don't know the code. And then Anonymous is on the other end watching them, and they hack the doors for us. And we get inside, and we find the aliens, and we're clapping cheeks left and right. And they start to like it, and we do too. We don't know why, but it just feels right. And then we get married. We have the ceremony in the base, and at that point it's too late because we're bound by the governmental law of marriage, and we just stroll the fuck on out of there with our alien brides.
Wow.
I mean,
so yeah, I think it'll work. That's my plan.
that's a pretty good idea. I mean, that's a pretty good plan. I mean, I think you pretty much figured it out down to a detail, everything. I'm succeeding from this because what? That's not even. Let's just not even.
That's the last, man.
Yeah, we did. Jeremiah went. So, wow, you guys are good.
Nah, we gotta hear yours, man.
I don't have anything written down.
Oh, you just crinkled up a blank sheet of paper?
Yeah. I was going to write mine this morning, then the work stuff happened. I'm sorry.
Well, you're going to have to freestyle it.
I don't want to.
Freestyle it, man. Come on.
Ryan's is better than mine.
Come on. Nick.
I can't do it. I can't. Okay. I just want to. Here's what I was going to start out with. It has nothing to do with any of your memes because I don't understand all that stuff. So I'm not going to pretend to. I was just going to make sure that we did an IQ test because but not like a regular IQ test. Like the kind of test was that if you go to a red light and the light is red and you want to turn right, there's nobody coming. What do you do? And if someone says, I stay there till the light turns green, I think they should automatically get put on the front lines. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I just normal traffic questions. Just ask everybody, and ones that don't know how to drive right, they get put on the front lines because I just
sounds a little personal.
It is. It's totally personal. I just have this bad thing about people that don't know how to turn right on red.
Yep, it's the worst.
God dang it! And then man, when I lived in Saline County, it was horrible. God, people cannot freaking drive in Saline County. And then they drive up turning lane for like a mile. Like that's not a lane to drive in, people.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that has to do with Area 51, but those are the people I just want to go out first. I'm just gonna have The Rock go do everything because he's The Rock.
He could do it. He could make it in.
And then I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna laugh. Aha.
I can just see The Rock at the end. He's got all the aliens and he's throwing them out to the crowd, just going, "What can I say except you're welcome?" And then everyone's like, "It's The Rock singing."
Oh my God, that's a rock concert. That is a rock concert.
That's clever.
For real. I like that, Zach. You're so good. Oh my God, y'all are like Oscar winners.
Y'all are my people. Quick story. I was at work yesterday, and we had a crackhead fall off a roof, and I don't know what he's doing up there, just crackhead things. But we get there on scene. It was like maybe a 12-foot roof or something, but he's somehow 9 kinds of fucked up. And So the Mims crew that's there has ran on this house a lot. We hadn't been there in a long time, but they reminded us. They were like, "Oh yeah, these are frequent flyers. It's like a house full of crackheads." And I just went, "Literally now," and nobody laughed. And I was so mad. It ruined my whole day that nobody laughed at me saying a crackhead cracked his head. And
why? Because he fell off the roof.
I know.
Oh God.
But anyway, I've been pissy ever since.
It's okay, Jeremiah. We're here to.
They call him Humpty Dumpty.
That could have worked.
Do you want those people to be on the front lines with my people that don't know how to drive?
People that don't appreciate puns or crackheads?
Yes,
Because I'll tell you, crackheads will get the fucking job done. If you tell them Area 51's got crack in it, they'll get in.
Crackheads we're saving for like near the back. The ones that don't appreciate puns.
The crackheads are the ones that like come through the portals at the end of Endgame.
Yeah. On your left. What? Crackheads. Do. There they go.
A tattoo artist once told me that they were territorial when I was getting my tattoo done. We were standing outside having a smoke break, and a guy came up, and the artist, 75-year-old man named Fuji, best guy I've ever met in my life, had the coolest stories, but he gave him like $10. Said, "Hey, good seeing you. Have a good night." And he walked off, and I was like, "Why? He didn't even ask for money." He said, "No, I know him. He's my shop's crackhead." I said, "What the hell are you talking about?" He said, "Crackheads are territorial." He goes, "You give one of them money, they'll fight to keep the others away because they know that I'm the supply. Otherwise, you're going to get 8 or 9 or 10 of them coming asking you for money for you to say no to." He said, "You pay one, they'll fight the others." I said, that, okay, all right. And so I was on board after that.
So he has like a pet crackhead, is what
So
you're saying?
He has a guard crackhead. It's amazing.
I mean, this is just basically what I heard. I mean,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, his security team is just a crackhead. Like that's
all you need.
That's all he has. I don't have cameras. I don't have anything else. I just have a crackhead that stands outside. Shit goes down. He takes care of it. Oh boy, Ron, you still with us?
I just don't know what the fuck has happened to this podcast.
What has happened to this podcast? This is podcast magic, sir.
This is off week magic.
This is the good stuff right here. This is what happens when two people one person takes a vacation and one person just goes to work.
Yeah.
Mainly because we didn't trust you and Zach to do the podcast.
Because it would have been Zach.
Just let you know. Zach also didn't trust.
Hold on.
Zach also didn't trust you and Zach to do the podcast.
Since Zach wanted to do impressions of me earlier, I'm going to show you how the podcast would have gone if it was just me and Zach. It would have been all right. And next up on the list, we have the introduction of Bafumazu, the movie. I don't think I'm really gonna watch it. Thank you, Zach.
And you're gonna be like, here's what you're gonna be like. Yeah. So yeah, I saw the trailer. Hold on just a minute. Oh yeah, I like that one part in the trailer that happens. You know, it's about 37 seconds in. Yeah, that part right there too. Not right there. I mean, like, you know, figuratively speaking, not watching the trailer right this second.
I have never watched a trailer.
He'll go into a rant about like how Marvel had Captain Marvel first or something. I don't know what the fuck he said last podcast, but
no,
dude was so passionate. That was technically podcast before last. Yeah, but God, he was so passionate about that. I was like, Ron, I didn't want to stop you at any time in that, but I was just like, I get that, but I don't really know what that has to do with what we're talking about.
Everything.
No, it did not. Oh, okay, guys. We are recording ahead of time, but we do know what releases are coming out. We don't know what trailers to talk about. Well, we do know releases. And August the 9th, we got more than 2 movies coming to theaters, but we got 2 movies that we're going to talk about. And the first one here is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Zach, you're the resident horror person here, so what's this movie about, basically?
I mean, it's kind of based off the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark novel, which was apparently originally a kid's novel, but some of the stories were kind of creepy as well.
It was originally a kid's novel?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a kid's novel that's like, it got kind of like, I don't know, it was a big thing. Like,
They sold them at the Scholastic book fairs.
Best day
yeah,
of the year.
it was a Scholastic book, so, you know, it was like targeted to kids, but like the stories in there were like horrifying to me at the time. Anyway, I haven't read it in a while, but
So it was like Goosebumps on steroids or something? Like,
it was scary. Like Goosebumps
It
was
was
fun, but
it was Goosebumps on death row getting released early for good behavior. That's what it was.
it was like if Stephen King decided to go and start writing kid books for Scholastic. So,
But then didn't change that much.
and I guess in the movie, according to the trailer, I guess they find a book that has all these stories written in it, and they start coming to life, and some of them are the actual stories that you can read in the book. That
like
there
the
is,
Goosebumps movie?
Yeah, kind
That
of.
movie sucked
similar
so
to that.
bad.
It
But-
does.
Yeah, in the
Does-
Scarecrow one, in the book.
Yeah. I think the Scarecrow's in the book. I think they're all in the book. Like the
Yeah.
big fat thing, and I don't know. But yeah. I guess the characters in the movie, they find their names in the book or something like that, and I guess each horror thing comes for like one person in this movie. I guess that's what it looked like from the trailer. It was kind of hard to tell, but
It's
guess
like
that's-
Jumanji, but it's spoopy.
yes, exactly.
Okay. Is this going to be something that you going to go see? Well, obviously you see everything now.
I'm gonna see everything now because now I got Regal Unlimited, so I'll go see fucking Play Mobile, the movie. So.
If you just had to pay just normal price, would you pay normal price for this, or would you Super Tuesday it, or would you wait for DVD?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go see it in theaters. I mean, I probably not release day, but I'd probably, if I didn't have Regal Unlimited, I'd probably just go on Tuesday.
All right, Jeremiah, this what would you do in this instance?
First thing, you said Super Tuesday. Just wanted to say, the movie tavern Super Tuesday is freaking working because my station is right by the tavern, and that parking lot was full, spilling over into the hotel next door from open to close.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, that $5 all day free popcorn is freaking. They're raking it in doing that. But anyway, off topic. I'm gonna go see this movie mainly because I can't say all because I haven't seen it all, but everything that I've seen that Guillermo del Toro has done, I've loved. So that's a big factor of not really caring too much about how the content is, but just his direction. I know I'm going to go enjoy.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna have to research more about it because I haven't actually watched any of the trailers for it. But I didn't know Del Toro was doing it, so I'm interested more in it. And the way that you've described, you guys have talked about it, makes me more interested in it. So I'm going to have to research more about it before I go see it, or before I make a final decision. But it seems interesting enough to warrant me researching it to learn more about it, which is weird because I'm not really a horror type person, as you know.
Well, don't worry, it's PG-13, so you probably won't get too scared.
Oh, okay, so I'll be all right. I'll be okay. I won't have to call my mom, but probably once. That's good.
Yeah, take the kids.
Yeah. Good idea. Great parenting tip for someone about to have a child.
Hey, if you think of it this way, you take your whole litter on Super Tuesday. It's like the price of one ticket.
This is true. Maybe 2 tickets, but whatever.
Oh yeah.
Depends on how many kids you got. So, Ryan, what about for you, man?
I'm gonna go see it. I didn't really get to read the books as a kid, but I've read a couple of them like in my older teenage years. But horror wasn't really my forte, but those were some pretty good books.
Cool. All right. So the second movie that we're going to talk quick about is Dora and the Lost City of Gold, and we'll start with Jeremiah on this one. Jeremiah, have you watched the trailer for this? You know a little bit about this movie, or?
That's the movie that I'm most excited for. That was a bad attempt at a joke, but I I don't know what I think about this one.
So what is it about, basically, a little bit? Just
it's so okay.
Is it a cartoon movie?
No, it's live action. It is the. I don't know how they're going to do it, but there was one thing in the trailer that made it look like they're going to poke fun at. So, you know, Dora is like the educational type show of the little Hispanic girl that goes on adventures, and she's always like, she's got her buddy, the backpack, and the map, and they help her find things, and there's always the moments in the show where, of course, for the kid involvement watching, where she looks at the camera and she's like, do we go left or right? And then she just stares into your soul for like 5 seconds, at what clearly letting the kid yell at the TV. And then she says the opposite thing that your kid says, and then your kid gets mad. And I don't have a kid yet, so this is actually me getting mad at the TV right now. But
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, but it's just like, you know, I go right. Right is the simple way. It's like, do we cross the rickety bridge or the field of flowers? And I'm like, the field of flowers. And she goes, let's do the rickety bridge. Very good. But so they're trying to do a live action adaptation of that. And there is a moment in the trailer where they do like a play on that. So it doesn't look like it's one of those shows where it's like there is no story, there's only characters. So they're banking on the fact of people like, oh, let's go take the kids to see Dora because they watched the cartoon, and then the kid being like, there's never been a story, and I don't care about this story because it's Dora. And that's kind of where we're at. I did, when I went to church camp in high school, I took Dora the Explorer bed sheets to the cabin because it was funny to be a 17-year-old guy with pink Dora the Explorer sheets. And
yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah. Of course, that's totally it, man. Yeah, right on.
They were comfy. They were 600 thread count, and so it was nice for a cabin. Every night I looked at her face on the pillow, just staring her black eyes into my soul, and I just said, "Te amo, Dora, te amo," and then I would go to sleep. But no, it's a it's an educational cartoon for the, you know, to bring in the Latino community and to kind of halfway educate kids on like Spanish speaking, because it is becoming such a prominent thing in our world. And I don't know where to go with it other than that, of like, you're taking an educational cartoon and you're going to put a story with it, and we'll see how it goes. Take the kids. I'm not going to go because I'm a grown up ass man, and who knows, I might go. I don't know. Anyway, it's Nickelodeon, so enjoy.
I didn't know if you were like saying Nickelodeon because it's a Nickelodeon movie, or if you were just gave me a nickname and it was my turn to go. So I was just like, what are we doing here?
Can't tell if Jeremiah's a huge fan of Dora, or if he's just fucking around.
He's like, Nickelodeon.
I'm the map. That's his real introductory song. It's like 30 seconds of him just go. They're like, oh, let's look at the map, and then she pulls it out, and he goes, I'm the map. And it goes on forever. And
that is correct. The one with children here can to attest to the fact that is a correct song.
One who's not a father yet somehow knows all this stuff.
I will say I'm interested in
training. He's trained to be a father, Zach.
been training since he was 17.
I've been. I'm interested to see how they do Swiper because he's a fox in the show, and I don't. They might from the trailer. I think I caught a glimpse. It looks like it's a person that's being Swiper.
I think it was a fox because I looked at the trailer and it was like a
Is the monkey in there? Is the monkey in the trailer? Boots.
Boots. Yeah, I think Boots is there. I think her cousin Diego is there. Clearly, I'm not familiar with the canon of this at all.
Oh, sure. No, not at all. It doesn't seem like it at all. You know.
For those that don't know, Diego got a spin-off show called Go Diego Go, and every now and then they'd cross over, and big moments. So, genius writing.
I want to kind of meet your parents now to know what kind of childhood you had, like as a teenager, because I feel like you were forced to watch Dora at 17, and you're just trying to make it seem like you don't really know this stuff.
Well, I'll just make it awkward real quick. I would watch kids shows as a teenager to drown out the fighting that was going on downstairs. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. I'm holding a pillow now, like, tell me about it.
It says Benicio del Toro plays the voice of Swiper.
Okay, so it will be a fox, but
it is a fox, but yeah, Benicio del Toro plays Swiper.
Okay.
All right. So I guess coming off of what you've said, I feel like it's kind of I guess they're setting it in almost like the same type of universe as the show, but set like afterwards, later on, like down the road, because like she's going to high school because Diego's at the high school. Diego's at the high school. And because she tries to say something to him about, stuff that they used to do, and he's like, no, Dora, it's not like that anymore. We don't do that anymore. Or
okay, like if you watch the shows, Diego is also older, so it's also like, not that I know, I looked it up, I promise, but
sure.
I actually don't know if any of that's true.
You were saying.
No, I was just saying he thinks
it was older. I don't know.
She wants adventure still, and he's too cool because he's in high school.
Yeah. So I don't know. I know what's his name was playing her dad. What's that dude's name? He's an Ant-Man and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's just Lewis. Nobody knows his real name.
Yeah, Lewis. I just want him to tell a story about, so what happened, me and Dora, right? We was like running from the fox swiper, and he was like, hey, give me your stuff. I'm going to swipe it, right?
It's Michael Pena.
Yeah, Michael Pena, that's it.
Yeah.
I just want him to tell a story in the movie. I just want him to do that in every movie.
I had to look it up because it was bothering me, and he's legit cast as Dora's father. He has no character name.
No name. He's just Dora's father. That's funny. I don't know. It seems like something I'd probably have to take my kid. My kids will probably want to watch it because I know Bronx, and so not so much the younger two, or three. Bronx used to watch Dora back whenever he was a kid. So, and Diego, the other ones didn't. But
okay, here we go.
Kind of died out.
Nearly 20 years have passed since the adventure show first aired, but only 10 years have passed in Dora's world for her live-action debut. So she's probably like 15. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. She's like 15, so Diego's probably, 17, you think, probably? Because Diego was, like you said, he was a couple years older than her.
Yeah, I think so. It's probably, it's either that or they're going to do like the freshman senior joke that they love doing in those kids' movies.
Yeah, or the sophomore and senior.
Yeah.
Whichever. I don't know. I'll probably have to end up seeing it just because my kids. So, yay.
I mean, I'll go with you completely ironically just for content for the show. But...
We should just go, and I won't take my wife either. We'll just go with all my kids. I think what we'll do is we can hold the kids' hands in between us as we walk in just for fun.
Oh, my gosh. And then we'll get we'll share one big Coke with 2 straws.
Yeah.
And then you'll kiss in front of some like redneck hick.
I'd do it just for the sake of their reaction. God, that is the most fun, is shattering male fragility with their sexuality. God, it's fun.
Oh my god. Oh, I just got a date out of this podcast. Oh my goodness.
Ew.
Oh my good guy is going with me. Oh,
Someday down the road, we're going to have the weird fan stories and fan fiction, and there's going to be some person that finds this episode and they clap and they go, "Oh my god, it's happening."
they're gonna make like hentai of you guys.
I mean, I'd probably be proud of that shit. I'd be like, "Oh my god, guys, I've made it."
I'd just be pissed. I'd be like, "Why do I look better as a hentai character getting railed in the butthole than I do when I look in the mirror?"
Ryan.
What the fuck is happening with this episode?
I'm going to be honest. I'm on like 45 minutes of sleep after shift yesterday, so.
And I'm just
Zach is just normal. I've had a hell of a week, so let's just go with whatever happens here. Ryan. Dora, you watching it?
No.
No, just no. Do you have anything to add?
No.
Are you in the bathroom?
What? Yeah, I'm.
saying no because the shit hurts coming out.
I know the sound of a man saying no in a bathroom, let me tell you.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be the episode that makes us famous. So
This is gonna be the episode that gets us taken off all the podcast services.
No, there's worse podcasts than that. It says adult. It says explicit on our thing. So I mean, whatever.
There
We
you
can
go.
say whatever we want. We haven't even cussed this entire time, so
I have.
it's never happened. Be quiet, Zach. Dory, watching it?
probably not. I do have the Ringo Unlimited, but I don't want to be like a 50-year-old guy going in the friggin'.
Oh, do it, man, and wear a trench coat and everything.
Did you say a 50-year-old guy? How old are you?
He's going to wait a while. He's going to let the crowds die down for this one.
I'm just gonna let the crowds die down for like 20 years. And
Let's watch the 20th anniversary edition of re-release of Dora.
He's going to wait for the box set trilogy.
I'm gonna wait for the grandkids. All right.
You have to have kids to have grandkids.
I'm probably never gonna have kids, but it's all right.
Who's that kid in your profile picture?
That's my my nephew.
Oh. Here I thought you had a kid.
Nope. Just me right now, and you're second, buddy.
Like
And
10 weeks.
We'll be the only one married and the only one with children.
10 weeks to the due date, but I'm saying 8. So
Oh, nice. All right, guys, let's get into what we came here for today.
Can we backtrack? Did Nick just say he's getting divorced?
No.
no.
He said that in a couple of weeks, Jeremiah will be the only one married and the only one with kids here.
No, he said
So we'll be the only
Yeah.
ones married.
Oh, okay. It's like, what?
he said
said
it's
it
been a
every
week, Ryan.
Whoa. Unless you know something I don't know. Moving on, guys. All right, so guys, there was a bunch of shows, and I guess we're just gonna go. We watched a few shows. Some are streaming wise. Most of these can be found on streaming things. I guess I don't know if Epix is technically counted as a streaming thing, but they have a streaming thing on PlayStation. So I thought it was a streaming thing, but apparently it's also a channel.
Yeah, but it's they treat it like
Yeah.
it's Stars or HBO, but it's literally one channel.
Okay.
Epix is like the worst of the HD. So
Yeah.
it's like
Epic was like Encore.
So yeah, I'd call it a streaming service before I called it a channel.
Okay, so we're gonna stick it. This is your stick with it. The summer streaming special, basically, and so we're gonna talk about all these. I had the list written down just from the list, but I'm going to, since Jeremiah didn't watch 2 of them, I'm probably gonna not go with those. I'll go with one, and then I'm gonna skip one, and then come back to that one. after we talk about one that he has seen. So mainly because I also want to wait for that other one, which is good. Jeremiah, just to let you know that you're not going to become the new Ryan because one of the shows the show that we was talking about was a show you didn't see. So, yeah, you weren't here.
I was wrong at my list guess.
Yeah, you weren't here for that, Ryan, so you don't understand what I'm talking about, and that's not my fault. So, anyways, we're going to start off with a show that you can watch on Amazon Prime, and this show started July 26th, so it's a recent show that just started a couple weeks ago by the time you're listening to this, and that show is called The Boys. Now, The Boys is based off a comic book series written by Garth Ennis, and super violent. Raunchy stuff. I guess violence is key here, and so it's probably something that, even though I said superhero, it's not something that you should watch with your kids. I'm just going to go out and say that now. Do not watch this with your kids. This is like Deadpool level of stuff. Would you agree with that, Zach?
Yeah, but if I had kids, I'd watch it with them.
Yeah, well, you don't have kids, so.
Well, when I was a kid, I watched all this shit when I was like 10.
This is why you're legally not allowed to have kids.
Yeah, this is fine. But the judge ordered you not to have children. I'm going to let Zach talk about The Boys first, mainly because I know that he really enjoyed it, so I want him to speak about it first. So, Zach, what did you think about The Boys? So we'll try to not talk too much spoilers here because, as I said, this is really, we're just talking about the premieres, by the way, and maybe just a few thoughts if you watched past the premiere, because basically what I want from everybody is you watched the premiere. What did you think about it? And did the premiere itself make you want to watch the rest of the season? Okay. I mean, even if you did watch the rest of the season, I want to know if the premiere was good enough for someone just to go in and watch the premiere. Would it hook somebody to watch the whole season? You know, your thoughts on that. So, The Boys, what you think, Zach? What you got for us?
I mean, I really liked it. I didn't know what to expect from the trailer, really, because the trailer didn't really sell me on it. And from my experience, Amazon Prime, I don't know, like, I watched a few of their shows, and I haven't really been into much of their shows, but The Boys, it really hooked me for the pilot episode, and it definitely made me watch more because I finished the whole season in one sitting.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
But.
Okay. So so it's super violent, correct? Would you say that?
Yeah, it's pretty violent. I heard it's not as violent or raunchy as like comics, but
yeah, they make the few changes from the comic book coming over to the thing. Some significant changes, some minor changes, but of course that's going to happen. And it did get picked up for a second season before it got picked up at Comic-Con for a second season. They announced it before the first season ever premiered on Amazon Prime. So it's another good reason to tune in, I guess. Yeah. Did you have anything else to add to that?
Not really. Just I thought it was really good.
Yeah, so you definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's a definitely nice twist on like the superhero genre, and it kind of reminded me of one of our own projects that are kind of in the works for a little bit.
I see.
What?
I just said, huh.
Nick, the Business of Heroes, kind of reminds me of the Business of Heroes.
Oh, I got you. Ryan, did you happen to catch The Boys?
I started to watch it, but I ran out of time. It looked really good. It's definitely a different kind of twist on it. It's kind of got like a Watchmen feel to it. Definitely gritty. But the whole idea of the the superhero that's kind of the equivalent of Captain America in the series is instead of having integrity and stuff, he's just always, it just seemed like he was always on a power trip. Like he's been in that position for so long, and anyone who disagrees with him kind of thing. It's interesting.
He's a douche.
Yeah, he is. He's a massive douche. But I'm gonna watch the whole first season.
Yeah. All right. I'm skipping past Jeremiah.
Yes. Now that I know that I have a way to watch it, I will watch it.
Okay.
He spent too much time focused on writing his Area 51 story.
Right. Well,
that was mostly improv. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
I did send some proof in the chat real quick if y'all wanted to look later, but
okay. So the boys, I'm just going to talk about the premiere. I've watched the whole season, but I'm focusing on the premiere. And the premiere, I thought it was pretty good. I thought the premiere itself was pretty good. I thought it was an interesting story. Because the characters of like the Seven and seeing these superheroes that basically power has gone to their head in a sense, and they're kind of like all douchey wise, and to see the power trip, and I thought it was interesting, and some of the things that got set up, I was interested to see that play out, and Carl Urban's in it, and he's a pretty good actor, and so, and of course it's super violent, it's gritty and stuff like that. So I mean, it's different. It's definitely a different take of what you have seen before, superhero wise. So it's definitely enough to keep you enthralled. So if that's something of what we've said to get you interested, that's pretty much it. Now, just overall, once I did watch all of the season, I didn't really enjoy it as much as Zach did. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was a bad show at all. I mean, it wasn't something that, there was a lot of it to me that it was kind of a chore to get through, in a sense. I mean, it took me like a whole weekend just to watch 8 episodes. And so there was a lot of times that I don't know. I felt like it was like a chore to watch some of it. It was kind of some of it dragged in spots. I don't know if maybe it was just because the adaptation of taking it from a comic into and turn it into a show. I don't know what it was. One of the main people, the guy who plays Huey, not Carl Urban's character, but his character's Billy Butcher. But the other character, I don't really like that guy. The more I watched him, his face is weird to me. It seems sewn together, and it was just distracting to me.
Is it an hour show or is it a 30-minute show?
It's an hour-long show. It's
okay.
Like exactly, they're 59 minutes and some odd
so
seconds.
Like HBO hour, yeah.
Yeah, like it's legit hour. It's not 40 something minutes with commercials. I mean, it's legit hour. Like, okay. But yeah, like I said, that dude's face looks sewn together for some reason to me. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. But I don't think it's a bad show. I liked the premiere more than I liked the rest of the season. As the season went on, I liked it less. But then at the end, I will say this. At the end, like the last half of the last episode, the second half of the last episode, I got really interested in what was happening and what season 2 is going to be about. And so I'm still going to watch season 2 when it comes out. I'm interested in that stuff. I'm interested in the story of what happens next.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it is a bad show, and I think that most people will like it, and I totally get it that it's been like everybody loves it and everything like that, and Zach liked it and stuff like that. Totally understand. It's just, I don't know what it was. Maybe I was just having a bad weekend. I don't know. Who knows?
Cool. You're a dumbass. But...
Yeah, it could be. I mean, or art is subjective. So, one of the two.
If I like something you don't, you're a dumbass.
Okay, that's one way to work. All right, so let's move on to the next one. And the next one was a little show. No one's ever really heard of it. It's called Stranger Things. It's on Netflix, season 3, which premiered on July 4th on Netflix. And that's what we're going to talk about here.
Ooh.
None of a big show or anything. No one really cares about it. Zach definitely doesn't care about it. What was that, Zach?
It's by a couple indie directors. It's not that
Yeah.
huge. So, but,
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So let's talk Stranger Things here. And so Ryan, what did you think about the premiere for season 3 of Stranger Things?
I'm still in season 1.
have you watched
So
anything
basic,
from this
did you
list?
do anything on this list?
Did you watch shows and you didn't come up with a plan?
He took the word premiere way too literally.
Just wondering ahead of time before, so that way I don't call on you again for anything. Is there something on this list that you actually watched?
Actually watched? No, I did partially watch something on the list.
One thing.
Yeah.
So you've had this list and you just didn't do your homework like everybody else did. So you have nothing to bring to the podcast, what you're saying, right?
Sure.
Okay. We'll come back to you whenever we need you, okay?
All right.
So you can just sit there for a bit. I don't know what else to say to you. I'm going to go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, dear God, save me.
Yeah, no, me and Mickey are actually about halfway through season 3. I am enjoying this season. I think the most because I kind of feel like they've really found the perfect balance of dealing with these kids and such a dark storyline surrounding it. They're doing a great job of splitting up because like in the past season, some of the branch off storylines I haven't cared as much about, but I really like what they're doing in this season. And strictly speaking, premiere, it was really, I don't know how to word it other than it snaps you back into that 80s vibe of, you know, teen kids doing their thing. That all they want to do is play D&D and like crap keeps happening to them. It's an amazing show. I love it. It's a great show, and I'm really enjoying plowing through this season.
Nice. All right, so let me add to that. Strictly speaking, I've already watched the entire season. So we're just talking about the premiere. Oh, quick thinking, Jeremiah. So do you think that premiere is strong enough for someone to get hooked on for the rest of the season?
If I think the premiere is strong enough to where if someone only watched season 3, episode 1, it would make them go back to the beginning because it does throw in so much of previous knowledge.
Right.
Now, if you've seen season 1 and 2 and thought, all right, whatever, and then you sat down and watched this season 3 premiere, I think that you'd have the thought process that I did of, oh, damn, there's something here, and really get into it then.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just talking about the premiere of season 3, I thought it was a great as far as premieres go. I mean, as far as even looking at the premieres for season 1, then season 2, and then watching the premiere for season 3, I felt like it was the strongest out of all of them. I mean, if like you said, it is 80s vibe, like bam, hits you like that. You get with it from the way the kids are playing D&D, just everybody at the pool. There's new Coke. They got new Coke there.
Yeah.
God, I was like, oh man, remember that? That was fun little time, 6 weeks or whatever that lasted. I was like, man, it is everything about that. The show is 80s, the hair, the clothing, music. I mean, they plop you right in there, and it's good.
Oh, the
And
the set creators, the people who put that town together and the clothing, they deserve an award on their own because there's not much out of place except for one thing, and I'll get to it after you finish. But
yeah, and well, I'm about to go there. Is the mall?
Yep.
The mall, which is where pretty much the central everything happens throughout the season. It goes to this mall, and so that's where everybody is, and how it has affected businesses and stuff throughout the town and stuff like that. You get to see that. You get to see like basically the beginning of the rise of the mall empire and how that was in America. You get to see that played out in this beginning of premiere of Stranger Things.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like a historical lesson that you're getting while watching the show, but it doesn't feel like it as like it's like, oh, this is, it doesn't feel like you're learning, but you really are.
Yeah, because it's so integral to the story. Yeah.
And so, but I thought it was really good, all the characters and stuff like that. And so, I mean, I thought it was really well written. And then the ending of what happens at the end of the premiere episode, I mean, I was just like, wow, okay, yeah, I'm ready for this season. I'm ready for the season. And just the more as the season goes on, it's just more and more, which at the end of every Stranger Things episode, it's like they try to hook you on for the next episode. I mean, that's basically how Stranger Things is. Like they're trying to hook you into the next episode at the end of the first, end of the episode that you're watching. And each one, I think, does a fantastic job.
I found myself laughing a lot more.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I think it was a blend of everything. Like they got a good blend of humor, drama, action. Like, I mean, it's just blended everything so well into a good blend of a show. Like the overall, like season wise, I've seen the whole thing. Everything's really well done and just fantastic. And I've loved this. I love this season more than the other two.
Yep.
So, that's my overall thoughts on it. So, but I definitely think that premiere is enough to, like you said, even if someone was to watch it without seeing season 1 and season 2, I think you're just going to be hooked automatically. I mean, just watching it, like, I don't see how you could not be. Yeah. But I mean, like I've said before, I mean, everything is subjective. So, I mean, everybody has their own opinions, but I feel like it really builds Stranger Things season 3 premiere builds a really strong case.
This season is kind of what I feel like this is the show that they wanted.
Yeah, that's a good way.
The big thing, the one off-key thing, Mickey pointed this out, but I don't know if it was the premiere or not, but the reintroduction of Billy at the pool, there was a song playing in the background, and she was like, this cover of that song came out in the late 90s. And I was like, that's the one thing that you noticed, really? Okay. All right.
Wow.
So, yeah, but it was
good.
It was a fun fact. Yeah.
Give her props for that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That I would have never noticed that. So it's good on Mickey.
Yeah, because it was like a 50s song that was covered in the late 90s, and she's like, this doesn't fit because of this. And I was like, okay. All right.
Oh, Billy's such a good character god in this season too. So
he is.
I didn't know until like the buildup of this thing. I didn't even know that was Jason in the Power Rangers reboot movie, and I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that in the second season. I watched the second season. I had no idea.
I hated him in the second season.
Yeah, he wasn't a good character in the second season, but the third character, God, he's good.
Right.
He's good.
Does anybody else think he looks like Zac Efron?
He does.
Yes, he absolutely does.
It's not just me. All right.
Zach, what you think, man? Because I know here's the thing: is what I'm waiting for your opinion because you're not. Yeah, second season you were like very against.
Yeah, I mean the first season was okay. I liked it for the most part, and then the second season came, and it was just like I had to power through it. It was like so boring to me, and I don't know. I don't know what it was about it. It just like went so slow, and none of the characters seemed interesting. Like they all just had one personality, and I don't know. But the third, What?
I had that during this premiere where I would look at Mickey and say like, "Oh no, remember he's been doing this," and then I go, "No, wait, that was season 1," and it's like those 2 seasons blended, and this compared to this one.
Yeah, like the first and second seasons were like pretty like the same. Like I don't even think they needed the second season to be honest. Like they removed season 2 and it was just 1 and then 3. Then I think I don't know. I think that would have been better, but yeah, for the most part, yeah, season 3 is my favorite season. Like I loved it, and I like how like all the characters' stories are running parallel throughout the whole season. So it's like there's I can't remember anybody's names. The cop guy and the mom.
Hopper.
I just really only know Hopper, 11, and Mike, and Will. I don't know anyone else's name.
Lucas and
Lucas and what's the freaking Gallon's character's name?
Yeah, he only gets called by his last name in this season by
Dustin. It's Dustin.
Dustin. It is Dustin.
Yeah, it's Dustin.
Henderson. Yeah.
Henderson. Dustin Henderson. Yeah.
Hopper, the mom, and then Dustin, and then the other kids. Like that. Like I think there's 4 like parallel stories going on at once, which is kind of interesting.
I love Dustin's story with Robin and
Steve. Oh God.
Yeah.
That was my favorite story going out through the whole season. I think was with Dustin, but when it comes to the premiere, I mean the premiere was pretty great. I think would cause somebody to watch more of it, or if they haven't watched Stranger Things, they would probably go back and watch it and then be like, "Oh, this is boring. Never mind."
Just watch season 3, guys. It's okay. It'll be fine. Watch like a recap video on like YouTube.
You can, yeah, and if you play season 3, it does a pretty good recap on its own.
This is true.
That's kind of all you need. It covered everything.
And it's only supposed to be a 4 series or a 4-season series, so interested to see how they're gonna end it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm in it. I'm in it though, especially after season 3. I'm in for season 4. Count me in for the day it comes out. But I was gonna sidebar to the Dustin and Steve thing. IGN did this poll. It said, "What couple from Stranger Things is your favorite couple?" And it had a bunch of guy-girl couples. Then it said Dustin and Steve, and I voted for it. It got like 70-something% of the vote, and I was like, "Yes."
They are adorable.
They're good. It's funny. All right, let's knock this other one out real quick that you haven't seen, Jeremiah. I guess only me and Zach have seen it because Ryan's just here. Ryan, do you want to just head out, or do you just want to stick around, or what?
Do I have permission? Is that permission?
I mean, yeah. You want to go? You can go.
If you want to
yeah.
go ahead, buddy.
So, I'll give a quick clarification. I sent a message to you guys, but there was an issue with the accounts for Netflix and Amazon that I use, and the subscription was not paid, so I didn't get to watch these because of that.
Oh yeah, I just see the message now. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Otherwise, I really would have. That's why I got to watch like part of The Boys, because it cut off on me.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to contribute, so I guess I'll kind of dip.
All right, man. All right, well,
I will be prepared for tomorrow's podcast, though.
Okay, yeah, for tomorrow's podcast, which people are listening to the week before. I got you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll send notes, and I'll send you the opener and stuff later.
All right.
I'll send notes tomorrow morning, and I'll send the opener in just a minute because I'm not changing the opener from what I've already told Zach, so I'll send it after the show.
All right. I love y'all.
I love you.
You too, bud. Bye. Man, what a load of BS from that guy, right?
Oh, the device doesn't work. The device it wasn't on. The subscription canceled. Jesus.
How I watched what we're gonna talk about next.
Anyway,
I watched it, but
all right. So we're gonna quickly gloss over Pennyworth here, which is on Epix, which just premiered July 28th. Obviously, we haven't seen the whole season because, for one, it's every week.
It's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those because it's on Epix, so it's.
I'm gonna potty break while y'all talk about this one.
Oh no, we're gonna be okay. Well, you go ahead. Well, I'll try to make it quick. It's gonna be quick. Just let you know. Anyway.
I will too.
Good. So Pennyworth, me and Zach subjected ourselves to it. By me because I said so, and Zach by force. So I don't even really want to talk much about it. But Pennyworth is like Alfred Year One. That's what you called it, right, Zach?
yeah.
Did you? Were you asleep?
What? No, I wasn't asleep. I didn't know if I was going first, but
Zach fell asleep when watching Pennyworth, so that makes only sense that if he did fall asleep when me talking about Pennyworth.
yeah, I think that was like the worst pilot of anything I've ever witnessed.
And I wanted to like it. I wanted to like it because it's set in Batman universe. Because you got a young Thomas Wayne before he's even met Martha. He's not even married to Martha yet. Alfred is not even a butler yet. This is like before he's been in the MI6 or whatever, been an agent or whatever. He's just been in the army and he has like a security firm. And I wanted to like it. I really did. But God, it's just I couldn't. It took me 3 times to get through an hour and 15-minute long episode. That's how long the episode is without commercials. I don't know. I guess normally it's an hour and a half. I don't know how long it is normal without commercials.
That sounds horrible.
But God, yeah, you're all good. It's not good. It's not good. I don't like it. I don't care if anyone else likes it. I don't care. And if Jeremiah, you had liked it, you would have become the new Ryan. This is with the show.
Okay.
I said, for some reason, I sent Zach a message. I said, I don't know why, but I just feel like Jeremiah is going to like the show. And if he does, then fuck him.
National treasure status gets ripped.
Nick also said that he wouldn't be surprised if I liked it.
But I did say that beforehand. I said I wouldn't be surprised if Zach liked it because I hated it so much, and I only said that because you liked The Boys and I didn't. So, not that we ever disagree on much at all. I was just like, I wouldn't be surprised right now, and that was mainly a joke, Zach. But I'm glad that you didn't get that. But anyways, okay, moving on, Zach. So we'll go from the premiere. The premiere, I'm not watching anything else again. I can't believe I subjected myself to it. I was trying to watch the last 15 minutes of it, and Lacey was like, I had watched some of it when Lacey was taking a nap, and I was like, I just got to get through these last 15 minutes. And she's like, do you even like this? And I said, no. She's like, why are you watching it? I said, because I have no idea at this point. I just have to watch this, and God, just get it over with. It just got to get over with. But don't do it. If you don't, just don't.
Okay.
So, Zach, go ahead.
Go back and grab.
I want to go back and take it off the list. When Zach said, can we just take it off the list? And I said, no, Zach, we have to watch it. I really wish I could take a DeLorean, show up in my house right now and be like, take it off the list.
And just like dress really disheveled so you think it ruins your life.
Yes. I mean, it could.
I fell asleep.
Zach, you sound
We're
like
losing.
We're losing you, man.
What? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
There you go. You fell asleep.
I fell asleep during the episode. That's how bad it was to me. I don't usually fall asleep during shows, so.
I don't remember you ever telling me anything that you fell asleep through.
Yeah, so. It was bad. Let's never talk about it again. Let's forget it exists. Let's go to the people that make them and make the show and kill them.
There we go.
All right. So anyway, we're moving on. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool. Jeremiah didn't watch anyway, so he's good.
And I'm not going to now.
Definitely don't. Please, man. Don't do it.
I won't.
All right. So, and also because I don't want there to be some chance that you did like it, because I don't want to like you less.
Fair enough.
I got you
Yeah.
on a pretty high pedestal. I don't want to take you down.
Ugh, go ahead. It is. I am wrongly up there.
Well, I don't have any people up on the pedestal besides you and Zach. So and Ryan's like holding on with an arm. Anytime y'all could just kick them off. But
is Ryan the pedestal?
Ryan is
Standing on Ryan.
Yeah.
standing on Ryan. Anyway, guys, we're talking next about Black Mirror season 5 on Netflix. Season 5 premiered on June the 5th, I believe. So Black Mirror is an anthology series. I don't know too much about it because this is the only episode of Black Mirror I've ever watched. So,
well, I've got an episode that you need to watch. It's my favorite one, but
okay. So, Zach, well, I guess we'll let you talk about this one first.
Okay. It was kind of strange. Like, I don't really.
Quick premise of what it was. Should we say quick premise, or should we even talk about it? For one, it's going to be hard for us to even say to recommend the entire season because I really don't want to watch anymore just because of myself. But anyway, it's kind of because nothing's connected, right? So it's an anthology.
I watch Black Mirror spotty. I read the description of the episode and I say, "Oh, I'll watch that one."
Okay.
So I don't watch every single episode.
That's what I've done also.
So should we talk about what happens in this at all? Like,
the only thing I have to say is it's a Black Mirror premiere. That's all I can say for 5 seasons of this show where they keep trying, and a lot of it's becoming the same technology with a different outcome.
Weird, because like I'm watching this and I'm like, isn't there like 3 other episodes pretty much almost exactly like this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's like a horror game that they play.
Well,
Quick premise: it's virtual reality game where, surprise, things go badly because it gets too real.
it's a fighting game, like Tekken almost.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the guys, they go into the fighting game and then like I don't know. I'm not into that part because that's spoilery, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Weird stuff happens.
Weird stuff happens. They go into the game. There's other episodes like this, like you were saying. There's that horror one, and then there's like that one where it's the space one, the MMO.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And I think those are the only other 2 that I've watched that were like that. But like it's pretty much exactly the same. Like
I don't even know what genre to list this one in as though. Like what?
Psychological horror, maybe. I don't know.
Not even. It's not. It's weird. It's just weird.
It really owns the term anthology. I'll give them that. But.
I just wish, more episodes were like more original. Like they didn't keep going back to certain things. But.
Right. Yeah. And it, like I said, 5 seasons in, the show's developing faster than the ideas of the technology that they're using. So they kind of have to do the same things a few times. And unfortunately, they can't. I don't feel like they're doing anything new. It's the same VR concept, or it's the same cell phone concept, or stuff like that. But
I haven't seen anything, any other Black Mirror episodes, so I don't have really much to say to that. So I don't know exactly what y'all mean. But.
Interesting. I like that one.
Which one?
The one where he gets sucked into the horror game.
That one's really, because it was the first one that they did. It was like if you start at the beginning, the first times that they do these things are great.
Yeah. But, I mean, you can only take from the whale so many times.
Right. But yeah, my favorite episode is in season 1, and it's the one it's about where society has become like occupational uniformity, and like you work and you get paid by being allowed to live, and then you die, but there's this big talent show, like America's Got Talent, and then like that's your way to get to the upper class is by winning this talent show, and that's my favorite episode because it's incredible. I think it stars the guy from Get Out, and it's awesome.
I haven't seen that. I mean,
oh, it's so good.
I'll check it. I'll have to check it out with once I get Netflix again.
I'll make you a profile.
Sweet. Is that will I get that along whenever I get to play that Call of Cthulhu game, or
haven't fucking finished it yet? So it's such
just
a
messing
fun
with you.
game.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
I'm just messing with. I'm just giving you a hard time. I just want to bring that up every chance that I can.
Yeah.
So we'll just go cut this off. I don't really have much to add. All I can just say is I just keep saying it's weird because that's all I could think about when I was watching. I was like, this is weird. This is real weird.
Yeah. I'm gonna spot pick this season just like I have every other, but I'm not as excited as I was when it first came out.
I'll say so. Let's go with starting with Zach. Does this? All right. So, would you recommend this particular episode? Because we can't do season. Would you recommend this particular episode to someone?
no, I wouldn't. And I don't think if someone started with this episode, I don't know if they've watched the other.
Yeah. Jeremiah.
No, absolutely not. There's, like we were talking about, there's two other episodes of this premise that are so much better that I could recommend. That this was it's hard to say with an anthology show like this, but this is a very poor start for a season.
Okay. I really like that it had Anthony Mackie in it. I was like, oh, that's cool, but I really feel like they wasted Anthony Mackie's appearance in a season.
They do that a lot. They waste a lot of great actors a lot.
Yeah. It didn't make me want to watch more Black Mirror. I can tell you that. Maybe it's just because it was really weird. So I definitely don't think you should watch it because I was like, no. And the fact that I know that there's they've done this concept before, but better. I really want to watch those other ones. And it makes the episode, now that with that information, it makes the episode look worse in my eyes, which I didn't know it could be that.
Yeah.
But as far as like I said, I've never seen it before. As far as like shot wise, cinematography and stuff like that, beautifully well done.
It's a great crew.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, moving on. The next one we watched was also on Netflix. It's a show that premiered its first season on June 21st. This one may be diverse among us, I believe. And that is Mr. Iglesias. They gave Gabriel Iglesias a show on Netflix.
Ugh.
Okay, so I don't know what's going to be said from this, but now that you said that noise, you were going to go first anyways, but here you are, Jeremiah.
Okay. I enjoyed him as a comedian when I was a younger spry man with my Doris sheets. He's a great performer. He's a great comedian, but I just see this. I only watched the premiere, and I only cared to watch the premiere because I see this going down the exact route of like my favorite comedian is John Mulaney, and his show was a hot pile of garbage. And you see that a lot with stand-up comedians. They do amazing on stage. They freaking crush shows. They're in places like Madison Square Garden selling it out, and then they're like, well, let's give them a show, and then the show bombs because the same thing is you're a stand-up stage performer to a live audience, and you are not a camera actor. And that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with someone who does stage, who does big moments, who plays to a live crowd to get reactions, trying to do that to a camera. And yeah, it's a multicam show. I get that. It's a sitcom, but it does not work the same as when you watch him just be himself on stage. And and I don't think it's going to work. If they do more seasons, it'll be strictly because it's Netflix and that's what they do. But it will not be, in my opinion, for fan base. But then again, I know the show review is pretty highly rated. It's got like a 7.5 on IMDb. People are seeming to like it. It's just not for me because I can't look at him and see anything more than what I want to see, which is a stand-up comedian.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. So basically, taken from that, the premiere didn't make you want to watch the rest of the season.
It did not, and it wasn't because of the show itself. It was just because like I said, I can't view him any other way, and that's just how my eyes see it. So
yeah, I get you. So I'm middle of the road here on this because I agree with some of the things that a lot of what you said. I also enjoyed the show some to a degree. So like there was a lot of parts in that show that made me laugh out loud, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy watching the show, but I can feel what you're saying of how I feel like the more if I watched more of the season, I feel like I would, the way that you said it, it would turn out to where I disliked the show and it would be a hot pile of garbage. And so, but I thought the premiere wasn't bad in a sense, and it was interesting and somewhat. And as I said, I did laugh at some of it. Maybe maybe it's just sitting at home. My humor level is easy to click on right now. I don't know. But I especially love the knocks on Trump that he did. I mean, those
were good. Yeah,
that's subjective. My favorite part was the whole powdered wigs thing, and then talked about Trump's hair. That was hilarious. I mean, maybe that's what made me really like the show more. After that happened, I kind of liked it because at first I was kind of I don't know about it, and then that happened, and then I kind of liked it more. I don't know. Maybe he just played to a good my life some. I don't know. I didn't think it was bad at all, but I feel like I kind of want to watch some more just to get more into it. I feel like I need more to make a better judgment. But do I feel like I could watch the whole season? I don't know. I don't know what I say, but I'm interested in watching at least an episode or two to get more information.
That's probably what I'll end up doing too. I'll watch it, and my thought process is this: it is a good show. If this came out just as a show called Mr. Iglesias, and I never knew he was a stand-up comedian, I would enjoy it a lot more. And it's a mindset thing with me. It's not a content thing. So it is a good show. If you do feel like watching it, go watch it because it does have a lot of great moments. I just have to change the way that I can view things to enjoy it as much as you might. The public, not you, Nick.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. And I feel like because I had already seen Pennyworth, and I said, watch it after you watch Pennyworth because it's really good medicine, and it's gonna make you feel a lot better. And so it's gonna make you laugh. And I knew the Trump jokes would make Zach laugh good, so I was like, this is what you need in your life after watching that. Pennyworth.
I will say the great thing about this show is that the fact that good on them for releasing a comedy because it feels like every freaking thing I see nowadays is an hour-long drama, and I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out on dramas. So I'll watch it for the sake of, like you said, just good medicine. Just give me 30 minutes of just dumb laughter.
Yeah, and it's like it's like commercial length like there would be commercials, but there is no commercials.
It's a 22-minute show.
Yeah, it's a 22-minute show. On Netflix, so I mean it's really quick to get through, and it was really good to see, like you said, to see something in it, and it's just a comedic sitcom.
I feel like they shot for Comedy Central with the 22-minute thing, and then they said no, and so then Netflix grabbed it.
It might have happened. I don't know.
Because he had a show on Comedy Central before this.
Did he?
Yeah. It was. Oh God, I guess the best way to describe it was like his version, kind of more family friendly, of like Mind of Mencia.
Okay, I remember Mine Mencia.
Yeah. So
Uh,
that didn't work, and
Wonder whatever happened to Carlos Mencia.
I got slammed for stealing jokes.
And then was never heard from again.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ripped off his head with a baseball bat.
South Park.
The Game Face episode.
Yep.
So,
Anyway, Zach, what did you think about it?
I liked it. Some parts made me laugh. I mean, yeah, for the most part, I'm not sure if I will finish the season or not.
Oh, you watched 2 episodes, didn't you?
I watched 2 episodes, yes, but that's because I was like lazy and I
Did you forget that autoplay was on?
And he just didn't want to. He was like, "Oh, it's already started."
was like, oh well. But like for the most part, yeah, I liked it. I just don't know if I'll watch the rest of the season or not. But yeah, it was a good first episode.
Fair point.
You don't really have anything to add to it. I guess we already said we did say a lot, so we.
Yeah.
I don't have that hasn't already been said. So
Right. All right, so our last show on our list before we talk about anything else, it's Veronica Mars season 4, which just came out exclusive to Hulu. It was supposed to be July 26th, but they released it a week early. They announced at Comic-Con, so they released it on like the 19th, I guess.
Yeah, they just shot it out a week early for no reason, and except for hey, enjoy this, and it was a great. I was having a rough week. It was nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was random. Like, it was at Comic-Con that they were like, "Hey, Veronica Mars, we're putting." It was like during those whole announcements, and then just all of a sudden, I just got an announcement on the feed because I do the social media for the show, and just got a thing saying it was released a week early, and I was like, I shot it over to Jeremiah, and I was like, dude.
Yeah, and then
Like-
me and Mickey binged it in like 2 days.
Yeah, and we did the same thing. Me and Lacey did.
Oh.
So
That same thing happened with my third book too. The printer was like, "Hey, it'll be ready on here," and so I put out a big thing. It was like, "Oh, August." It's actually coming up on my anniversary, but it was like, "Yeah, August 7th or whatever." And then like August 2nd came, and they were like, "Hey, it's ready and it's out." And I was like, "Oh shit!" So, hey, guess what's a week early?
hey, here you go. But yeah, I'll kick this off if that's cool. Veronica Mars. Veronica Mars is one of my favorite shows. It's something I didn't watch whenever it first came out. Ben Gibson got me into it several years back now, and said you need to watch this show. He's got me into a lot of shows that I've watched over the years, and he said you need to watch the show, and so I watched it. Loved the show. Watched the first 2 seasons, and then when the movie came out, I watched the movie. I'm a huge Marshmallow. Or watched the first 3 seasons. I apologize. I said 2, didn't I? First 3 seasons in the movie. You know what I mean. I don't do numbers. Where's Ryan? He knows numbers, right?
Yeah, 4, 3, 1, 2.
Yeah, that's totally how it goes. And so I was super excited whenever they announced this 8 episode was coming from Hulu. And so watched the premiere, and I gotta say, the premiere, I really feel like it just, for one, it's beautiful. It's beautifully shot. A Hulu show. I had never seen a Hulu original show before, so I didn't know exactly what to do. But I guess they got that Disney money now, so I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're working with that now, so it was just like I don't know what the budgets were like beforehand. I don't know if they're better now, but it seems that way. I don't know.
Well, I mean, when you go from CW to Hulu and Disney, I think the budget is better.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that is, but I mean, it's like movie quality, as far as look wise, and it's basically watching an 8-hour long movie, and it's just split, in there in episodes. The premiere, the story wise, I thought it was an excellent story. I like how they kept it all like one throughout the whole thing, one mystery, basically, one case being worked on. For the most part.
I actually take back a few episodes ago when I was like old man mocking like the spring break bombings. The story was a level of like I recant all of that making fun of because there's a real story behind it.
Yeah. It there is. And it's I remember that now. So it turned out really great. But I think the premiere, it hooks you in and gets you invested back in the Veronica Mars universe. And I think even coming in from the outside, if you've never seen anything, I think they give you enough info to get through, her monologues of get basically caught up on what you need.
Yeah, you can watch this on its own.
For sure. You don't need to watch you don't have to watch the movie. You don't have to watch the seasons. Mainly because anything that happens throughout the season, you going to get, and that stuff that gets called back to normal other seasons, you basically get told it through dialogue, either inner monologue or through what's said from the characters. So, I mean, you're good. And I think the premise of the whole bombings, who's bombing Neptune, I think it's a great story, and fantastic. And as I said, I've seen the entire season now. So, but as far as from the premiere, I think it's a good hook on point just for random people coming in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Which is not always be able to said like because it's just 4 seasons in on a show. But as I said, you don't need to know anything else. Man, we repicked some good ones, like even Stranger Things like that too. You don't need to see the other stuff because I mean you're gonna get that in the show, so don't worry about that. But that mystery of the bombing at Neptune is so good and so rich storyline, and I'm telling you, like you get so sucked into it, and it's my mind like so many times I was like I thought I had it. And like throughout the season, because I said watch the whole season, I thought I had what was going on pegged down.
Yeah.
And like I know I got it, Veronica. I'm good. I'm a marshmallow, Veronica. I mean, and I got this. I'm with you. And then like, nope, this not what's going. What the hell is going on? Like, what is this? Like, I mean, like, me and Lacey were just like, what is going on? I was like, and I think I was like 6-7 episodes, and I was like, I don't know who the fucking killer is now. I don't know. I'm pretty certain that happened at one time, and I swear to God, I looked at Lacey. I was like, I don't know who the fucking killer is. I can't do this. I can't. I don't know. She's like, I don't know either. I don't know. I was like, whatever at this point. And then I thought I had it again at the very last, and then it was like, nope. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, you're right. Okay, that was good. So many twists.
They bounced you around a whole bunch.
God, they are good. That Rob Thomas, he is a good, and I'm not going to talk too much about the finale or anything like that because I don't want to spoil anything. But God, he got me really. I cannot wait for a season 5 if we're getting that for sure. I don't know. I haven't researched more of it, but I swear to God, I lost a limb. Like even I said it a bit of my soul was lost in this show. It died. A bit of myself died in this show, but I'm totally okay with it.
And for those that don't know, Rob Thomas, the guy that does Veronica Mars, is the guy that does iZombie, if y'all like that show.
Yeah. Right. Another fun fact, I was watching, I think it was episode 5, and on the opening credits, which are coming on as the stuff is, I mean, it's scrolling by at the beginning during everything else is going on. Apparently, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar writes screenplays, and I didn't know that.
That surprised me too.
And I was like, this episode was written by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? And Lacey said, who's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? And I said, I want a divorce right now.
As he had to pause the episode, break out all the paperwork.
How do you not know who Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, Famous basketball player from before we were born.
Yeah. No, man, when me and Mickey watched the premiere of this, it was like maybe 10, 15 minutes into it that we looked at each other and we were just like, this is what this show was supposed to be.
Yep.
When it went from a network CW, pick it up on antenna type channel to something with a whole lot less limits, we were like, this is what Veronica Mars always was supposed to be.
Yeah, and that episode format is the cream of the crop.
Yeah. Zach?
What?
What you think? What you think, buddy?
Sure.
Mister, I've never seen any Veronica Mars.
I decided not to watch this premiere, and instead I watched the season 1 premiere.
Ah, okay.
Okay, cool.
How'd you like
So,
season 1? Are you gonna catch it all up?
Yeah, I liked it. It was a pretty interesting start, so I might give it a go.
So you get to enjoy 3 seasons of pure cheese, and then like season 4 is like when the cheese ages.
Yeah, this is like that's a god. I'm done here. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Perfect. There you go. So, Zach, we'll hit you up on this pilot. So, just the pilot of Veronica Mars. So, the pilot of Veronica Mars, from season 1. That's what you watched, not season 4 pilot. Just so everybody knows, he watched the Veronica Mars season 1. So, what you're saying is that season 1 pilot makes you interested in watching more.
Yeah, I think I'll watch more.
Awesome, man. God, we got him. God, yeah.
I'm not watching more. I'm canceling my Hulu.
You're so close. Awesome, man. I'm glad that you liked that, though. That was a good idea. I didn't think about that.
I figured instead, like, just in case I like it, I'll just go back and watch season 1 instead. And so I did that.
Yeah, I think you'll like it, man. I think you'll really like it. I mean, it's a good show.
It's just fun.
It is. I will quick saying this. If they do a season 5, by the way, Jeremiah, something they can improve on from season 4 is some of the classic Veronica Mars characters kind of got lost, and
yeah,
I feel like they need to have some more.
Like there was, I don't know how to say it without it being like, I didn't want more of him on screen, but I wanted more classic Dick Casablancas.
I wanted to see some more Dick. I want to see some more. I thought about it before I said it.
That's why I paused.
No.
Like, he's not gonna pause.
I'm not. I wanted more Casablanca's kid. I want to see some more Weevil. Which I'm
yeah.
More. God, dang it, more Wallace.
Absolutely.
Wallace got left out in the cold on this season, and I want to see more of that. But I really feel like this season 5 is going to be a little bit different, so I don't think I'm going to get. If going off of what I think it's going to be, would be a good playoff, but who knows? Anyway, Jeremiah, did you have anything else to add on the show, or
just if you like teen broody feeling, go for it.
Yeah. And hey, just if you want to just decide to just watch the season 4 premiere, you could just watch all the episodes season 1 through 3 with Zach.
He'll host a watch party. He'll sit there with his phone, live streaming.
Yeah. Then
won't you, Zach?
I'll give everyone my password. So my password is Ryan is a stupid, dumb ass motherfucker.
One.
One.
Exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the R in Ryan is uppercase, so don't forget that.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that was all of the summer streaming premieres that we watched. And but quick before we leave, is there anything other shows that you're currently binging you just want to throw out there real quick that people may be interested in watching? That maybe that you're streaming right now. They don't have to necessarily be original shows. Just a couple of them.
I got one.
Okay, cool.
It's a Netflix show. We watched the first season when it came out, but season 2 just dropped as well. But we're working our way through Working Moms, and that is a funny freaking show. Holy crap! That is a show that you sit down with your partner or whatever, and it's especially funny right now because we got the kid on the way. Nick, you and Lacey would freaking love every second of it, but it's called Working Moms. It's a Netflix original, and oh my gosh, it's been a long time since I've laughed, like belly laughed like I do at that show.
Zach, are you in a wind tunnel?
Zach's gone. Nick
Zach's
Cage got him.
There
is no Zach anymore.
Zach.
So
Is that him?
He's
calling
storming.
from
He's storming Area 51 early.
sorry, I just didn't feel like talking. I was too lazy to move my mouth.
Okay. So Working Moms, huh? You said.
Yeah, it's super funny. It just follows like 4 moms in different stages. Like, one of them recently had a kid, one of them has a kid, and just had the second kid, and they all are together and have either a past link or they're friends through this like toddler time group, and it just kind of follows them around. It's a sitcom type show, 30-minute episodes, real easy to get through, and it just kind of follows each one individually with what they do and how things link up. And it's better if you either are pregnant, have a kid, or are a mom, or are because it also had the dads are a big part too. And if it just the characters are great. I'm not going to say that you have to have a kid to enjoy the show or be married or anything. It's still a very funny show, but there is a new level if you fall into the category of that show of it just hits you on a certain funny bone that, oh my gosh, it's the characters are incredible.
Awesome. Zach, anything that you're watching currently that you want to just toss out there?
No.
No. Okay. Cool.
Oh, also, if you got YouTube Premium, it used to be Red, now it's YouTube Premium. If you got that, I've been watching Wayne, which is from the creators of Deadpool. It's a graphic novel. It's hilarious.
I watched the first episode for free, I think. It was
Yeah, you can watch the first episodes of all their premium stuff for free, and it's a great show.
Awesome. Zach, you literally don't have anything else that you're watching?
I can't think of anything.
That's cool, man. That's all good. It's all
He's
good.
too
So
busy
yeah,
watching movies.
too busy watching movies with that Regal Unlimited.
Yeah,
Sponsored.
Regal Unlimited. Get it now. Starting at $18 a month.
Find more about it at Regal.
So all you got to do is see 2 movies a month, and you've recouped your cost.
Already got my cost back, so I went to see Crawl.
He seems like by the time that this as of recording, he's seen like 4 movies. By the time that this comes out, which is next Thursday, this is Wednesday, so 8 days from now, he'll have seen another 10 movies.
Only 9 have been released, but somehow.
I've only seen 3 movies so far, but I've seen Crawl. I saw Spider-Man again the same day, and then the next day I saw Lion King again.
Do they keep track, or like, can you go see Lion King every day if you wanted to?
It's truly unlimited. Like, you can see any movie you want as many times as you want. Like,
So you can get a ticket to the 11 a.m., the 1:30 p.m., the 4:30 p.m., and just spend all day in the same theater, just letting the movie play on repeat.
you can reserve tickets ahead of time, or you can buy them there. If you reserve them ahead of time, like, you can plan your whole day. The movie times just can't overlap. So,
Gotcha.
like, I could just go to my app. I could just, like, plan my whole day of only movies, and then I'll just fucking go.
I've done that before. I've bought like 3 tickets to 3 different movies, and I went like as soon as they opened to the last showing, and just ate my dinner at the concession stand. And I spent all day in a theater once. It was awesome.
It's just like the sitting in a movie theater with like all the lights off and stuff. It's just like relaxing. I don't know.
All right. So awesome. This podcast was not sponsored by Regal Unlimited. All right, guys. So I got a couple of them. So with Jeremiah's recommendation, I started watching Holy Moly, which isn't necessarily streaming exclusive, but it is on Hulu. I've only watched a few episodes, but God, that's a funny show.
Rob Riggle makes the show.
Rob Riggle's so good. It's mini golf meets Wipeout, and that is exactly the only you need to know about it. Did I mention that Stephen Curry's on the show? Because he is.
He created the course. And
he created the course, and apparently he can actually play golf too. Because
he freaking nails it on Caddy Smack. He nails it every time.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know this. He's just not a celebrity cameo at the beginning of this. That was pretty good how the show started. Of Stephen Curry saying that he wasn't just a celebrity cameo at the beginning of the show. He was also going to be in the middle of the show and at the end of the show. And
sure enough, there he was. No, I freaking love it. I watch it we watch it at the fire station. It's become a show. Like, I thought it was going to be one of those things that were like, guys, we got to watch this. And all the guys at my station are a lot older than me. And so I was like, oh, they're not going to like this. And we sit there every week. They're like, oh, did we miss Holy Moly? It's awesome.
Rob Riggle, just, he is, God, he is, like you said, he's the show. Like, just whatever he says is golden. So just take that to heart, knowing that Rob Riggle is going to say something hilarious. Another show that I'm watching is I just started watching it. Me and Lacey started watching it after we watched The Boys, and then I think we started watching this right afterwards. We just started watching Brockmire. It's on Hulu. It apparently comes on the IFC channel. Brockmire is as I said, it's on Hulu. It stars Hank Azaria, and he's a washed up baseball announcer, and about 10 years ago he had a epic meltdown because his wife, not only did she like leave him, but he got home early and his wife was plowing his neighbor with a strap on.
Oh,
yeah, which created, and so he leaves the country, comes back, he gets a job. 10 years later, this small town called Morristown hires him to be their baseball announcer. Like, it's like a small town. Like, I mean, they got nothing. It's like a rundown town. Anyway, so he comes back to America for the first time in 10 years. He never even knew, but he's apparently become this internet sensation on YouTube and stuff from his meltdowns. He's never used the internet before. Doesn't have a phone or anything like this. Like, so he didn't know anything, and everything. The show is based on the character that was created by Hank Azaria, and everything he says is the most magical thing I've ever heard of in my life. It's just, I don't even know exactly what the story. It's just basically the story of what happens after this. Anyway, I said that earlier. I said something about a podcast show. He makes in the season 2 is really he in season 1, they make a podcast based off of the stuff that he says, and it becomes a huge hit. But anyways, Brockmire, that's all that I got for you today. So watch Brockmire. Good.
Wow.
It's hilarious. Hank Azaria is hilarious.
Nice.
But yeah, you definitely should watch it on Hulu.
I'll
Anyway,
give it a
guys.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then let me know what you think. But anyway, that's all that we got for you guys. Anything else? You all good?
Good.
All right, guys, don't forget to find us on all our platforms. You can find us on Facebook.com/Blind Bandit Productions, Instagram Blind Bandit Productions, YouTube.com/Blind Bandit Productions, and Twitter BBP for real. Make sure you follow us on all this. Leave us a review on iTunes or our Facebook page. Let us know what you think. Listen to us on Podbean and iTunes and Spotify and all the sorts of other things that you can listen to podcast on. We're there. You can find us on everything. And we want to thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. #good stuff.
I love you.